The 3DS version
I
just
haven't played.
recently got the
I
new
haven't played
3DS
Smash in
update.
a couple of months now.
Yeah, with the whole amiibo thing.
Yeah. I actually bought one of my friend's amiibos. It was a pit one. And it was actually a pretty good amiibo too. So, you know.
Okay, so I'm recording now.
Okay.
You are?
Yep. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ramble Express podcast. I'm
The
your
dream
host.
is shattered!
We'll
The
get to
dream is
that.
shattered!
We'll get to that.
Later.
We'll get to that in a sec. But
Aw.
I'm your host for this podcast.
You're always the
Super
host.
Mario Sonic Lover as always.
And I'm also the other host.
Yes.
You're the
I'm
co-host.
Vicious Phantom. I am considered a guest, but I'm essentially a main member of this thing now.
Yeah, essentially. We usually have me, Joey, and Chase, and well, it's a good thing we have actual people here, like other people.
No,
but-
I haven't introduced myself yet, even though people probably know who I am. I'm Super Nintendo Game Boy.
And I'm Hapikari.
Wait, have you ever been in a podcast before?
No, he
No,
hasn't.
this is my first time being here.
New blood!
You're
Yes.
gonna like.
Well, welcome to the chaos.
You're gonna love it
Thank
here.
you.
Yeah, we're supposed to be rambling excessively and never be on topic.
I was
we
gonna-
always-
Remember, you are here forever.
I was gonna make Joey. I was gonna make a joke of you not being here because you were supposed to be out today, but I can't
I
do
was
it.
that, but I came back.
I can't do it anymore, so that's dead.
Mr.
Oh, wow.
This podcast usually hits around like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and about 40 minutes of that are actually on topic.
Hey, you know, I
I'm
can
basically crushing
figure out stuff
everyone's
like that.
streams today. I called it that the Rayman thing didn't have enough video footage to be called legit, and I called it that I was going. Well, I thought I wasn't going to be here for the podcast, but I'm still ruining Harry's stream of having that joke.
And as I commented before we started recording, Harry is holding the case to Rayman Legends while he's in a fetal position in the corner of his room.
Oh god.
What? I
He's
don't
just
even-
like, he's just like cuddling the case. He's like, one day you will fight amongst these battlers.
well then.
One day.
One day. It will become a reality.
Yeah.
In Super Smash Bros. 86.
I'll be dead by then.
Super Smash Bros. 69.
I'd be dead by then.
Super Smash Bros. 420.
420. Is it?
Feature.
Okay,
Featuring
that's it.
TikTok.
I need to make a time.
Insert Capcom titling here.
I need to make a time machine then.
So it's like
Super-
that's Super Smash Bros. Hyper Turbo Fighting Edition.
And
Something.
Knuckles.
HD remix.
Knuckles. Yeah.
Featuring Jocelyn from Devil May Cry.
And it's
Ultimate
been released for the Wii U, us as well as with co-starring
And not with
too.
Ice Climbers. You know, now that the new 3DS is out, and since it has a little bit more power, do you think they'll release a new 3DS version of Smash with the Ice Climbers?
I certainly
Probably
hope that's
not.
the case.
I don't.
I doubt it
think
because they're
Because
Oh,
I'll
I
just
think
I'll
adding
troll
in- just adding
everyone.
in-
A lot of people
just
are
adding in one
complaining-
character. Just adding in one character is not enough to warrant another release of a game.
I don't think that's most of the case, but it's just that would be such a troll move. Just having like, oh, if you want Ice Climbers, you have to get the new 3DS. It's just no,
Basically.
you can't do that.
That's like
Ice Climbing.
That's bad
Like
marketing.
doer. Yes.
You can't.
that
just
is
make-
Capcom. That's Capcom levels of fighting games with like Ultimate Marvel versus.
Yeah, I know,
Cap-
because I bought Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, so, you know.
I
bought that for the Vita when
Turbo-
that came out.
honestly
Yeah,
think
Turbo Edition,
if-
Hyper Edition.
If they make Smash 5, then I think they should just make it console exclusive, because making it both console and handheld just killed Sakurai and his team. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was
and
a really good transition for a handheld.
It looks good. It's a good game.
It played certainly
Yeah.
really
It's a
well.
great game. Don't get me wrong, but I think they should just focus on just a console game, because one, it makes it so it's not as stressful, and two, you'll be able to focus more on like the main product.
Yeah.
Hopefully that does not mean we'll get another subspace-like story again, because
It
I
doesn't
don't
need
care
one.
that was.
It doesn't.
I
I'm
prefer-
actually.
If it's the adventure
when it
mode,
was
doesn't mean
when it
like-
was revealed that was removed from Smash 4 because of the cutscene leaks, I was like, thank you.
Well, you know, I pretty much said, well, at least the game's
That's it.
fighting mechanics will be a lot more improved.
Well, if they made it like got rid of the Great Maze and maybe made a few less hours made it like
Shorter?
a few hours shorter, then it wouldn't be too bad, I guess. Because the thing with Subspace was that it wasted too much development time. So
Yeah.
It was
really did.
boring.
that too.
It was very bland. What
Yeah,
it
that's
was.
my main problem with it.
Like for the majority of it, I just didn't care. Like I was
No.
only finishing it because I wanted to, and then Great Maze, I was like, okay, this.
So you want to know
Subspace
how
is
you
just
can sum
terrible.
up Subspace's story? Shit happens. That's pretty much how you can
The cutscenes are the best part. If you
Yeah.
just
You
watch-
also you cannot do a story in Smash if the characters don't talk. It just can't happen.
No.
I was confused with what was going on, to be honest.
Yeah.
I had to look it up on Google to figure out what the hell was going on. Even then, I still don't really know.
I'm just thinking like, okay, some random ancient minister guy is placing all these random bombs everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, and
They're
then
like
he's all
black-
actually a Rob.
It kind of gets repetitive, to be honest. It's like it just the same thing happens over and over again.
Yeah.
Smash Run is basically what Subspace should have been in terms of the enemy variety.
Especially,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
definitely. Because like the thing with Subspace is that this game is meant to be like a representative of like all of the Nintendo franchises, but who cares about all these random pyramids and stuff?
Only
Yeah, I mean,
Mario.
it's nice to have original enemies, but still, more enemy variety would be nice.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Yeah, the only time I recall any like recognizable enemies was in the Donkey Kong stage, which actually had like
But had the Mario
Goombas.
enemies.
Yeah,
Because
but
Mario gets
that's
popular.
like the only time. I think every other enemy in the game outside of that level was created specifically for Subspace.
Hey
Well,
kids,
it's-
would you like to have seen like Kirby, Metroid, even Zelda enemies? No, here we have these bland-ass villains.
It's pretty much the random enemies or Mario enemies. That's all you had.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Yeah,
Sorry.
and at least with Smash Run, there was a lot more enemy varieties, but there was a lot of Kid Icarus enemies. But yeah, the Kid Icarus definitely takes up most of the slots for enemies in
Well, that's
Smash.
because Sakurai is biased.
Yeah.
That's why,
And if-
because even though I love Sakurai, his biased nature always annoyed the hell out of me.
A little bit.
Well, I feel like I'd
Well, I
probably
get
be
it.
biased
Hey,
towards
Kid Icarus
that.
Uprising.
I feel like
Yeah,
everybody's kind of biased towards stuff they created. Like I think if I
Yeah.
were in his position, I'd probably include way more enemies from the games that I created.
True.
Yeah, because I mean, and that's also definitely another thing to note, that there are no enemies from Xenoblade or Fire Emblem in Smash Run. Or like, yeah,
I never
yeah,
played any of those games, so I wouldn't know.
yeah, like I mean, I haven't played Xenoblade either, but I think one of the most notable enemies that they would put in there are the Mechon. If they were to put Xenoblade enemies in Smash Run, or even like put in some Game and Watch enemies or whatever. And
I don't think they have any
and the-
Sonic enemies, do they? 'Cause I don't
Yeah,
remember.
they have the egg robo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, or even like put in the viruses from Dr. Mario as enemies, because they could like do different things to decrease your stats. But apparently, like
hated
there was
some
a
of those enemies for the record.
yeah, but apparently there was going to be a Mario stage, and the viruses were going to be major stage hazards.
It would make sense.
Yeah. You know, that's the only thing from the 3DS version I prefer to the Wii U version is its Smash mode, because Smash Tour, the fact that you have to play all three boards to unlock Pac-Land is just stupid to me.
And I
Yeah, the only problem I really have with Smash Tour, is that it takes forever to finish.
What's a board game?
Well,
Yeah, but I've played games of Monopoly that were over quicker than Smash.
No, it's not. No,
Smash
for
Tour.
me, it's not how long it took. It was just that it was really confusing to play.
It kind of is, but I
Because
eventually
I was
kind of.
confused. I was like,
Sure.
okay, these trophies give you stat buffs, or they change the wheel, and then like you take characters if you win, or you lose characters when you lose.
Yeah.
There's like literally no consequence or really anything worthwhile if you win. Like
I
it
guess,
doesn't
but-
even matter. I just played it to get Pac-Land.
Yeah, well,
And then you'd never touch it again.
Nope.
I
Not even
honestly.
for the challenge.
It's funny because I actually disagree with both of you. I actually think it is. It's not really long or short for me. It's like if you put it on the lowest setting.
Well, that's what I did, and even
Yeah.
then, it still felt like it took an eternity.
Yeah. Well,
Then again, I played all 3 ports in a row, so that probably had to deal with it.
I don't know. I kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed the difference in gameplay from the usual Smash stuff. It's obviously not needed, but it was a nice
Yeah.
change of pace.
At least, well, at least it wasn't as bullshit as say Mario Party. But then again, I probably didn't give a shit.
Mar-
So
Well, Mario Party is fun because of that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Mario
yeah, it's always fun to see. who
Party
gets
is
screwed up
chaos.
the most.
It could,
Even if it is you.
yeah.
I have returned Skype.
Yeah,
crashed.
and even on the same level as Monopoly, because even on the same level as Monopoly, it can go on for ages if you let it. Yeah, I mean Monopoly. I mean because Monopoly can go on for ages if you let it.
Monopoly
because
is that game. Depending on how skilled you are, it can either end very quickly or it can take an entire day.
What?
I played Monopoly with my cousin and sister for 4 hours. We were up till 4 in the morning, and at that time we just called it quits.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would have called it quits too. I've been like, I'm tired. I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
But
You
would've
win.
just
You
kept
get all the
going.
money. I'll go bankrupt.
since there wasn't gonna be Subspace in 4, I had a crazy idea that they'd bring back Adventure Mode from Melee, but
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
not just that. Every character would have their own specific adventure mode, and
See, I feel like that would have been way too much.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
would
would've
just
that would've
killed
taken-
the game.
that would have
like-
killed Sakurai.
That would have killed.
Probably.
Yeah. because You have the 3DS version, the Wii U version, and you have to have your own adventure for each character. That would take
Well,
fucking
I
forever.
think they just cut it from the 3DS in general.
Yeah.
But
Or they could go the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 route to where each character, kind of has the same setup. They fight rounds of characters, and then they fight a final boss, and then they have their own ending. It's very much like
Yeah.
classic mode, but still,
Hmm.
that would have been easier.
Yeah,
but,
giving them their own ending would have been easier.
Mhm.
Like every other fighting game ever.
Yeah. Instead, you get
Yeah.
like this picture you can make, and then you get congratulations at the end, and then you get like a quick little mini movie.
No, I love the mini movies. They've been
Yeah, same
I,
here.
the mini movies are pretty good.
Yeah.
they've been a staple since Melee, I think.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
By the way, the ending picture thing was a pain in the ass to do until I figured out how you're actually supposed to do it.
Yeah.
I only
It's-
100%
it's
of that
not
thing.
it's not how many names you hit, it's where you hit them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that out a bit.
Yeah.
I figured that out the first time I did it.
Well,
Yeah.
when I first
It took somebody telling me to figure it out because I just was like,
Really?
no.
Oh yeah,
I
like,
figured it out
yeah.
when I first played
I got 100% on one without knowing that. Just randomly, I was playing as Bowser Jr.
I've only played.
Somehow I
I've
ended up getting
played at
100%.
that thing maybe like 3-4 times.
I've done it so times, and I don't even know if I'm gonna keep doing it. I've tried to do it with like every single one, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't really.
I
I'm
think
not going
I've
to
done
do
it with
that.
everyone. I've done it with every character.
Oh damn. Well,
Wow.
I
How long did that take you?
I don't know.
No, it's the worst feeling when you're so close and you're just off by like maybe like
I
point.
hate-
I can't
0.02
tell you how
seconds.
can't tell you how many times that's happened to me.
yeah.
I was off by like 0.01 and I just felt so disappointed.
Yeah, like
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
but,
where is that slash spot?
yeah,
Yeah.
but even then, for me, I was off by like 0.1, and then it was just and the game just like, okay, it's gonna count as 100.
Yeah, I've had that happen too.
But the way I do it is that if you can't find anything, look out for a sparkle because that shows where something is.
Yeah.
The sparkle usually lets you know.
But
Yeah.
What are our topics for this week?
The dream is shattered.
well, before I get into that, I think if they did the whole adventure mode the way I said, even though that would never happen, would work the best because you don't have the subspace, which is really tedious, but you also don't have to play adventure mode the same adventure mode like 50 plus times. So.
Yeah. Hey, it would have been cool if they had like a reference to the Archie, Sonic, and Mega Man crossover.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, that
There's
would've
actually going to be
been
another
cool.
one too,
Yeah.
and I'm really
Yeah.
excited for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worlds Unite is looking to be good, although I'm still cautiously optimistic because we've got regular Sonic comics, Mega Man, Mega Man X, and Sonic Boom,
Yeah.
all in that
And
one
Sonic
event.
Universe.
Yeah.
Well, Sonic Universe is still the main story Sonic books. I'm just
Yeah.
talking like different universes.
Yeah, Sonic Universe is more of an extension. Like it doesn't. It's not mandatory to read, but if you want to, then go ahead.
I would suggest.
That's what I
reading
like
it
about
because
Sonic
it's
Universe.
amazing,
It's not mandatory to read it, but still, it's there if you want it.
but you should still totally read it because Sonic Universe.
Yeah,
is
some Sonic
awesome.
Universe things are actually really good. Like the Tails Adventure one, I actually really like that one.
All of Sonic Universe is good. The only one that I'd say
Yeah,
kind
I
of
really like
borders on.
Knuckles one too. Because the Archie
Knuckles Returns
Archie-
is actually the only one I'd say borders on being bad because it will make no sense if you don't know absolutely everything about Knuckles' backstory in the comics.
It's funny
Yeah,
how
it's not-
I swear every podcast episode now we bring up the Sonic comics.
Yeah.
I will
They're not
take
that
any
bad
excuse to
comics,
talk about
actually.
these things.
Fair enough. So Rayman got falsely leaked. How do you guys feel about
Yeah.
this?
I was
From the
I
second I
was
saw
separate-
that video, I'm like, this is definitely fake.
I've never played a Rayman game before, and I really do want to. And, you know, I, myself, when it comes to Rayman, I would like to see him in Smash, because I think he could be a good character. And the fact that he
Yeah.
was leaked, it didn't make me upset, but it did make me go, dude, you're a dick for doing that, and you're going to get hated for it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it's like you don't do that. Seriously.
No.
And like I'm also on the same page as you. I mean, technically the only Rayman game I played was Raving Rabbids.
Oh, wow.
Those don't
And
count.
I played Legends a couple of months ago.
I have Legends,
Oh.
I just haven't played it yet.
I highly recommend playing it because it's
Yeah, my brother
Legend-
lives in
it's one of the best 2D platformers I've ever played.
Really.
I don't know if it's quite that good. It's good though. It's
Well,
really good.
you know, people
Well-
have different experiences and all.
Yeah. But
Yeah, what-
Ray,
Speaking of which, what do you think Rayman's moveset would be like?
They can
since
do-
we're on this topic?
they pretty much have it set out
Lots
for
of
them.
punches and kicks.
They pretty much have it set out for them with Legends. You just can use that. And with his specials, I guess you can use some of the power-ups you
Rayman free stuff.
Yeah, Rayman free power-ups. The was it?
So like left and right is red, up would be green.
I
Oh,
think
no,
up would be the helicopter.
Wasn't there a
thing.
game where Rayman could use, like, I don't know, his ears or something as a helicopter?
I thought he used his hair as a helicopter.
He uses
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
No,
Yeah.
I think regular jump would be helicopter hair, and then B jump would be helicopter helmet hair.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, like I haven't really played a Rayman game, not counting the Legends demo at Target.
I don't really know what they do for the final Smash. The only thing I can think of is the rocket, that red rocket fist thing.
I'm thinking of, like, Martha and Lucina's Final Smash when you said that. He, like,
Well,
lunges up and punches them off the screen. It's
Well,
instant KO
it
no
would
matter
be
what.
it would be more like Wario Man, where you get like a power boost.
Yeah.
I don't see that
Or
happening.
like or like a Mega Lucario or stuff like that.
I suppose so, yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
this guy made a really convincing lead, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
because like He remade the entire freaking character selection. How does one do that?
I have
Well,
no
He
idea.
This
made
guy
a
has
video
a lot of
he made a video showing how he did it. Actually,
Yeah, I saw that video. I was just like, dang man.
Yeah. I actually have a buddy who really likes Rayman, and he was pissed to find out that that was fake.
I don't. I
I've
honestly
even
don't
said
see
to
how
him in the
anybody. I don't see how
comments-
anybody believes it in the first place. Because
Like,
to
I
me,
even
like
said in
every
the
time,
comments-
every time there is a leak, people need to be incredibly cautious and skeptical because
Yeah.
odds are it's fake.
Yeah,
The thing-
I know how that.
but
I've
even
been
this
doing that
alone
for the last
proves
6 months,
literally
actually.
anyone can make a fake leak. And
Yeah,
this guy
it's
literally
not hard.
This
Well-
guy took the extra effort to make it look as convincing as possible.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
right down to Rayman's pose, because apparently it's the same pose he makes in the box art of Rayman 1.
Well, they're very close to it.
Yeah, it's very close, but it's just mirrored.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's one thing like faking a picture. Like it's really easy to fake a picture of the character select, but
It's another
a
to
full
fake a video.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Did they have an announcer for that too, or?
He didn't click on it.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
he didn't click
It
on
would've been
it.
awesome.
He didn't actually select it.
No, I think it
Yeah,
might have
that's
been
how
semi-
that's how I proved that the video evidence wasn't good
Yeah, I
enough.
think that might have been semi-confirmed in some way, where the announcer just said Rayman or something like
Yeah,
that.
if
It would have been legit.
I feel like even if he did that, I still would have been really skeptical because it's not hard to get into contact with Xander Morbus, and I think you could probably just tell him, hey, can you shout Rayman to help me
He
with
was
this
in
fake leak
the-
that I'm doing?
That guy was just on the recent Did You Know Gaming video for Smash.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I know.
Xander Mobus actually did an interview, I believe, with Sonic's channel, and they got him to say, Crom is not in the game.
Wow.
Damn.
That's awesome.
It's
That-
not hard
that's
to get
one of the
into
reasons
contact
why
with
the
them.
Rob and Kid Icarus conversation is one of my favorites, just because they poke fun at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love the Kid Icarus Codex.
Yeah, Kid Icarus Uprising pretty much proved that Nintendo can write really well, and it made up for like Other M.
I still need to play that game.
Yeah, I haven't
Other
played
M
it either, but I
don't.
know the
Other
story.
M.
No, not Other M. Uprising.
Oh, I haven't finished Uprising, and I haven't played it since it came out, but from what I played, it's a damn good shooter. Well,
Is it?
on-rails shooter.
It's a really good game.
It's just tiring.
Yeah, the game expects you to be really quick.
Yeah, and it's very tiring, so that's why...
I feel like it'd be way easier to play on the. I feel like it'd be way easier to play on the new 3DS when you have the two
Yeah,
analog
probably.
sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably would be. Because the game was not made for lefties in mind.
No.
Also, that game has some damn good voice acting.
It does.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Okay, but
Okay,
they definitely learned from their mistakes in Sunshine, and
and Other M.
yeah.
Well, actually, I can forgive Sunshine for that, because Mario isn't really about story.
No.
Metroid, on the other hand, I just can't forgive.
Well, Metroid isn't about story either, but Other M's story was still complete garbage, among other things in that game.
Yeah. It just proves that
I still
despite,
stand by saying that Other M is the worst game I've ever played. I hate it so much.
It doesn't even feel like a Metroid game. It feels like something else. Just
It's
Metroid
not. It's a
slapped on
Ninja
it.
Gaiden game. It's a Ninja Gaiden game with a Metroid skin, and that game is the reason I hate Team Ninja.
Damn.
Well,
It also proves
was-
that despite having
the-
someone from Super Metroid's development, it can still prove that things could go wrong.
Yeah, I kind of hate. I have no problems insulting Yoshio Sakamoto for writing the story for Other M, though I do kind of hate that I have to do it because he was the scenario writer for every other game since Super Metroid, and he did a really good job.
so what happened?
So I don't know what the hell
What?
happened.
Yeah, exactly. What
Wow.
happened?
Damn,
He
man.
even wrote he was even the scenario writer for Fusion, which had a pretty good story.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's why
It's
I've
the
always said. I've always thought Metroid was
Same
more about
basic
story.
thing. It's got story, but it's still gameplay is the big focus.
Yeah. In fact, one of the main reasons why I love the Prime trilogy so much is because the story itself you can actually find by scanning the environments, so you can learn more about the areas. It's not required. It's just a nice little bonus that I like.
I want to like the Prime games so much, but I don't.
Well, I'm gonna be getting the Prime trilogy at some point, so.
I bought that on the
I
Wii.
bought that on, I bought that on the Wii U. Just
I mean, $10 for like one of the most Wii games out there. Why wouldn't I get that?
I'm still planning to buy a physical copy at some point in the future, but for now,
Well,
this
get
will
ready
do.
to destroy.
Yeah, that's just not gonna happen for me because it's so rare now.
Yeah.
You got a better chance if you just want the case. You're gonna spend upwards of 100 if you want the steelbook too.
It's like Conker's Bad Fur Day now. It's like, it's not as rare as the Prime trilogy, but
Yeah,
damn,
It
getting a copy.
really is.
If you go on Amazon and it's like, yeah, you have to
Well,
pay
more off
100.
any game for any system that was even half decent is going to be expensive now.
Yeah.
True, but
Even if it isn't technically rare, like Earthbound, that game is not rare, but simply because it performed poorly sales-wise in the U.S., people charge hundreds of dollars for that game.
Uh,
Yeah.
speaking of expensive things, I really hate how Nintendo is marketing the amiibos.
They are not marketing it well.
I still
at least
feel
I
like
hate how they're-
I feel like a lot of the blame doesn't. Part of the blame does rest with Nintendo, yeah, but I feel like I'd place a little bit more blame, possibly on retailers and scalpers, even though they aren't.
Nintendo
technically
needs
an
to
issue
seriously
right now.
reprint Rosalina because of that one incident. I mean, I know
I think,
Rosalina is a Target exclusive
yeah.
in the U.S., but still.
Yeah, I think Nintendo did not expect the amiibo to sell as well as they did, and make enough. Why
Yeah.
that?
I think
That's why we have this big problem.
I think
Yeah.
retailers
Amiibo
and
shortage. I don't doubt that they're probably making more, but they're probably going to mass produce them before they send out another batch.
Yeah.
probably that would be the smart thing to do. I just think retail.
Plus, it's possible they are intentionally increasing demand by holding them back to make more money. It's not exactly the worst decision they could make.
I think that retailers and Nintendo need to contact each other for this. Like, okay, we need more amiibos, and we need to make sure this doesn't happen again. That kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Because didn't one of the amiibos go back in stock and instantly? Well, actually, no, it's the GameCube adapter.
Yeah.
Like,
It happened with Amiibo too. There were multiple times when sites would be like, Mega Man's back up. A few minutes later, Mega Man's sold out.
that's insane. I didn't have enough money to
I recall
get.
specifically there on the Amiibo News Twitter account there was an article posted like Mega Man's back in stock at Target. I think only a couple of hours later there was another article. Mega Man's out of stock at Target.
That made me depressed. Because I'm such a big Mega Man guy, and I finally bought
Meanwhile, I'm
the
sitting-
Mega Man amiibo
meanwhile,
off of
I'm
Amazon.
sitting here-
Still.
I'm sitting here laughing because I pre-ordered mine months ago.
Well, I didn't have enough money to get Smash with the GameCube adapter, and seeing as like what's happened now, I just kind of just don't care anymore.
I just
I
got
use a Pro
I just got a
controller
third-party
anyway.
GameCube.
Wait,
I
what?
just got a third-party GameCube adapter.
I might. I might get
third-party
one-
GameCube adapters.
Yeah, they're made by Mayflash. They're not the big like 4 controllers, but they still exist.
I might get one of those, but at this point, I just don't really care anymore.
Yeah.
Well, they're only like $20 and they work, so I'd say they're worth it. The only thing that's kind of weird is that if you don't have one of the GameCube controllers that was tailored for Smash 4 and you're using an original GameCube controller, the way they map the start, select, and home buttons is weird because they're all on the same button.
What?
Yeah. Although they do avoid avoid annoyance by having you do different things to access certain functions. To pause the game, you have to hit the start button twice. To use select, you press it once, and to use the home menu, you hold it down.
Okay.
That's interesting.
But it worked.
Yeah, I can see that.
So if you got Torx to drop on it, I would suggest it.
Yeah.
Well, I think the gamepad works fine for me, so I might.
I used a Pro Controller.
The only problem I really have with the only problem I really had using the gamepad was trying to exit a match.
I kind of just found a way to do it without any problems. It's kind of hard to explain how, but yeah. You kind of just have to find a way to, I guess, align your hands in a specific way. Again, it's really weird to explain something like that.
Yeah.
When I tried the game at like an event, they were doing to promote the release of the Wii U version. They all gave us Pro controllers. I was used to using it because I'd used the classic controller for Brawl.
Yeah, I use a
So
Pro
much-
Controller too.
I can't use the classic controller. I'm sorry.
Well, you don't need to anymore.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I guess.
The GameCube controller is overrated, guys.
I still think it's a great controller.
Hang
Yeah,
on.
but
As much as I love the
I-
GameCube controller, I still stand by that the Super Nintendo has the best controller of all time.
That controller is comfortable, man.
Hold on.
I'd say the GameCube controller is probably my third favorite controller, right behind the NES controller, which I love for some reason. I don't even know why.
It's basic and it works.
I guess.
It's just comfortable. I like the way it feels.
Alright, so
um,
what's next on the topic?
Do GameCube controllers what? Like, if you have the GameCube adapter and you like go to the Wii mode and play a game that has the GameCube controller compatible with it, would it work?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I need to
I do
figure
know
that
that
out.
it works. I do know that it works in the main menus of Sonic Boom.
Does it?
That's weird.
Yeah, I couldn't. It wouldn't run. It wouldn't run when I actually went to play Sonic Boom, but I could get it to navigate
What do you
around.
know?
the main
Sonic Boom having technical problems.
menu. It didn't have that many. Okay.
I've ran
Speaking
into
from
several
experience, buying it
technical problems
around
playing
launch,
the game.
it had the only technical issues it had were graphical, and they were minor.
I've had slowdown throughout the whole game. I've even had one point where an enemy just phased through the world and I had to restart an entire portion of a level.
Well, that's never actually happened to me. I can see where people are coming from, why they don't like.
Why do I always run into the game-breaking glitches? I don't know
I
why.
don't know.
Well, the game has gone a
I
patch,
I noticed something really funny from just playing these supposedly really glitchy games. All of the really funny and entertaining ones happen to everybody else. All the glitches that happen to me are either just kind of boring or they don't mean anything.
Or you just
Like when I was
or
playing
you get
Sonic,
a
when I was playing
recording
when I was playing Sonic 06, I think the worst glitch I ever encountered was I don't even know.
and then you
Sonic didn't homing attack onto an enemy or something. I think that was the worst glitch I ever encountered while playing Sonic 06.
You
I never had that happen.
You should record Rise of Lyric and see if you get the recording curse put on you.
God.
I had that for my Sonic Adventure.
I was just
Let's Play,
playing the
so.
game and, I just had so many technical issues with it and I don't know, just...
I'm doing a blind LP of the game right now. It's kind of just average for me, like...
Well, it would have been average if the technical problems didn't get in the way so much for me.
Well,
Because I'm someone who, if I
feel
run
like-
into millions of technical
I feel like
problems, the game is ruined for me.
I usually don't. But the only time that I say glitches really ruin a game is if there are multiple game-breaking ones. If there are a bunch of kind of minor ones, like character models just doing weird shit, I don't care.
I can't even find glitches when I'm glitch hunting with a guide.
That's funny you mentioned that, Joey, because when I'm not looking for glitches, they find me. When I'm trying to look for them myself, they never show up.
Yeah, it's weird how that stuff
They only
works.
happen to me if I'm looking for them, or if I'm recording. Like every time I've tried to record Sonic 06, I just get an onslaught of glitches. But whenever I'm just playing it, never.
I can only do.
It knows you're recording and it wants YouTube bait.
I can only do glitches on purpose when they're really easy to pull off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So something like Tropical Freeze, that's almost impossible to find a glitch on purpose.
There's glitches though. Every game has a glitch.
Every game,
Yes.
yeah, every game has one.
And that is the argument I bring up when the only argument people have for a game being bad is that it's buggy. Every game has glitches. If a game was bad even because it only had a couple of glitches, there would be no good games at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know.
Especially when it comes to like Bethesda, especially when it comes to Bethesda and Grand Theft Auto games. Those games are so big, and there are so many glitches in every single one of them. But people will always praise them because they're still fun.
Mm.
Oh yeah, glitch I have my copy of Fallout 3. I'm just walking through the desert, and this has happened so many times it's ridiculous. I think it's a problem with my disc, but I can't be bothered to go out and find a new one, despite it be very easy to. I'm just walking around the desert, and then the Aurora Borealis of glitches occurs.
What happened?
Well, an Aurora Borealis occurs, except it's a glitch, and you can't see through it. But it's weird.
Or wait, you said you were playing Fallout 3, right?
No, I said that's a glitch that occurs in Fallout 3 whenever I play.
Well, yeah, but it was Fallout 3, right?
Yes, it was Fallout 3.
Well, there's your problem. Fallout 3 sucks.
No, it doesn't! It's
NB4 game sucks because glitches.
This is funny.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna
No,
get.
Fallout 3 sucks. Fallout 3 sucks because it's incredibly boring. None of the characters are interesting.
and
That's mainly it. It's incredibly boring and none of the characters are interesting.
No, now that you say that, I'm gonna play Fallout 3 at some point. Then I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna be able to go, "You're wrong. You're stupid."
I will, however,
Because
say
apparently
that
that's how
New
the internet
Vegas is
works.
awesome.
But the internet says that you have to hate someone's opinion if it's not yours.
I know.
God.
Which is
I was
why
gonna-
It's like the internet
Which is
Bible.
why,
If you don't follow
which
it,
is
you're an
why
idiot.
I hate literally everybody who ever talks about Metroid Prime.
Oh, shit.
Metroid Prime is a game.
Indeed.
Yes, it's a game, alright? Is it a
Oh,
good game?
just
Bad
like-
game? Who knows?
No.
I'm actually trying to think. I'm actually trying to think about how many times in a video I have said something that most people will disagree with me on.
I know
Let's
how
see.
that
There was Sonic Rush. There was Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3, and kind of Pinball.
Wait, argue
There
this.
was Mega Man. There was Mega Man 2. There was Mega Man 7. Mega Man 8.
Wait, what do you mean by Mega Man 2 and 7? I want to hear this.
Yeah, he said he
I
doesn't
hate
like
both
Mega
of
Man
those
2.
games.
I like
Or
Mega Man
7.
2, but I find it to be, like, so overpraised. Like, I know it did a lot for the series, and without wouldn't get stuff like Mega Man X or Battle Network, but the fact that the fans only praise 2 and nothing else just irritates me to no end.
Wait, who
And
dropped?
games like 7 need more recognition, because if there's one thing I hate about Brennan Foss's Mega Man 2 with lyrics, is that he says
Everything.
Mega Man 7 sucked, and I'm just like, no, no, no. Just because 7 is a bit slower compared to, like, the NES games, and just because it has a graphical uplook does not make it bad.
Okay, so who exited out of the call because I heard a drop.
I don't think anyone said that cool. It could have just been a sound effect.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my turn.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah,
Skype
and
keeps crashing.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm back.
you gotta love Skype crashes.
Anyway,
I'm still
I
in
hate
here.
Mega Man 2. I don't like Mega Man 7. Mega Man 8 sucks. And Mega Man 5 is my favorite Mega Man game. Sue me.
Well,
Yeah,
I
Meg-
like all of those games, but, you know, in before fanboy.
Yep.
Oh, also Mega Man X4 and X5 are not incredibly good.
I disagree with X4, but for X5, I can definitely see where you're coming from. Just because X5 is literally like one of those games that's so weird to play. Because depending on how the game feels, you'll either get a really good experience or like a terrible experience. And I know because I've had both of those happen to me.
And then there's Mega Man X6.
I've never played that.
I've heard that's
but I've
really
heard it was
bad.
bad.
Yeah,
I love the
X6
soundtrack of that
is really
game.
bad.
That soundtrack
X6 is a Mega Man X6 is one of the few Mega Man X games that I actually agree with most people on. It's really bad. The nightmare system sucks. The level designs are always really awkward and boring. The music
That's what happens when you rush a game.
Cock. And it's funny how it ends in a 6. You know what else came out? You know what else ends with a 6? Sonic 06.
Yeah, I think it's I
So-
noticed how a lot of 6 seems to be this like just infinite number for bad games. Superman 64, Sonic 06, Mega Man X6, probably a few other 6s I can't even think of.
Is that a bad game?
Huh?
What about Star Fox 64?
Everyone seems
No,
to
that's a
love
good
that
It's
game.
an exception.
Oh, no.
Star Fox 64 3D is
Has a 6 in it.
Hey,
Star Fox 64 3D is bad if that
Hey, they
counts.
say 666 is the number of the beast, so there's probably
hey,
a
hey,
correlation
we
there.
can't forget about the masterpiece of a game, Hell Fox 64.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Made by
Okay.
made by Nin.
Oh, Quest 64 is apparently really bad.
Yeah, I heard Quest 64 was
Hell,
bad.
Hell Fox 64 made by Nindefdo.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's-
Alright.
But yeah.
Anyway, that's our next
if you wanna hear,
Let's go on to the next topic, whatever that is.
Do we have a next topic?
yes, we do actually. Half of this is just us. It's mainly just been us talking. We haven't even really touched.
You mean
the
like
topics.
every other Ramble?
That's why it's called
You mean
random.
like as ever?
Ramble Express? Yes.
Yeah, that's why it's called
Fighting
rambling.
Jaffa Cakes.
Yeah. Since you weren't originally gonna be here, I thought that was gonna
You
go.
were gonna have to say it.
Or I could just troll you and not say it at all.
I would rage so much.
Anyways.
Why aren't you saying anything?
Why
Anyways.
did you say the podcast antic?
I
Say it.
can tell this is gonna go on for a while now. But
Yeah.
when hasn't it? But anyways, the original Rare employees
Oh yeah.
got back
this.
together to perform PlayTonic games, and they're pretty much an indie developer now. They're working on a proto. They're working on like a game in the style of
A
spiritual successor to
spiritual
Banjo.
successor.
The
Yeah.
Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah,
Oh, so they're doing the Mega Man route, where they're making a spiritual successor.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome.
I wonder.
Basically.
I just want to see like gameplay footage, like how I want to see how they take it, like.
No, now that you say that, I want the teaser to be about like a nuts and bolts clone.
No. No.
You just want to see that.
The first Rayman does this. It's gonna be hell for you.
I just.
If you thought Rayman's leak not being legit was bad enough, try on this one.
I can just imagine that happening, and then you just messaging me saying trollololololololol.
Oh, I've downloaded a picture of a troll face. I'll just post that to you every 5 seconds.
I would hate you forever.
Because I have downloaded a picture of a troll face.
Why would that?
Alright, so, you know, I have played the original Banjo-Kazooie and a little bit of Dewey, and the first Banjo-Kazooie is a really good game. I love its charm, its music, its graphical style. And as for Dewey, even though I've only played about half the game, I still really do like part of it. So,
I still need to finish Banjo-Kazooie and play Kazooie in the first place.
yeah, the Banjo games have a lot of charm to them.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what
And
I
I'm
like.
not even gonna bother playing the full version of Nuts and Bolts. I played the demo and I'm like, nah, that's good enough for me.
Well, the thing with Nuts and Bolts, it's not. I don't think it's a bad game. It's perfectly
Not
a bad
Banjo-Kazooie.
For me, it's perfectly serviceable. It's a fun game on its own. but it's not a good Banjo-Kazooie game. Like you bring back this,
Banjo-Kazooie game.
bring the
I'd
series
say
back.
it's a bad game either way because I played it before I played Banjo-Kazooie and I'm like, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, well, I played Nuts and Bolts at a friend's house once, with a completely open mind, and I enjoyed myself for the most part. It
looks really boring.
It kind of depends, like
It is.
it kind of depends, like if you like that kind of thing or not, because it's such a different take on the. It's just such a
I
different
think
formula.
the big problem with Nuts and Bolts is something that is brought up quite often is that it has these big open worlds, but there's nothing to do in them.
Yeah.
Imagine, if you will, an entire game where every hub world is like solely on a forest in Sonic 06.
Ah,
Boy.
It's big,
God.
but there's nothing to do.
My God.
Even the hub world.
Yeah.
So, no, Gruntilda's Lair and Isle of Hags are both big, but they have a lot of stuff to do in them.
Exactly. And here's something I really hate about Nuts and Bolts is how it starts.
Oh,
I
yeah.
find the way the game starts to be insulting.
I hate the way Log just goes, no, this is painful to watch. People just want to shoot things. No.
That is sad, but it's also
That is... I hate
Yeah.
getting to that game.
That's kind of true though.
It is,
but
Sad,
like
though.
the fact that it starts off like the original Banjo-Kazooie game, and then it just like derails off that. It's just a big slap to the face.
especially since you have the montage at the beginning, like, oh, like all these years ago, these two games happened, and you had like a teaser, and it looked a lot like a traditional Banjo game.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there were like 3 like games they made before like settling onto Nuts and Bolts. They had Banjo X, Banjo-Kazooie, I think a couple of others.
I think Banjo-Kazooie became Banjo Pilot, I believe.
Actually, no.
Probably.
Because Banjo-Kazooie was.
Sure?
Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie is pretty much a prototype of Nuts and Bolts because it was based around vehicles and racing. The actual game was scrapped, but the idea was put back into Nuts and Bolts.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway,
Oh, I hate everything.
but how do you
All of my hate.
moving away from Nuts and Bolts? How do you guys feel about PlayTonic games pretty much, or the old Rare guys coming back?
I think
I'm
it's
excited.
I
good.
don't really have a whole lot to feel because it's just kind of it's a little more than an idea at this point.
Yeah.
All we really know is that it's happening. It's kind of like when do you guys remember when Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were announced? On that same day, Saban was like, "We're making a new Power Rangers movie."
Sweet.
That's all we knew about it. That's all we still know about it.
Oh, I have.
There's
that
nothing to
actually
get
happened
excited about.
Tuesday
We just
for
know that
me.
it's happening.
For 2 really good things happened on the same day.
Well, this actually happened kind of before, but not. It didn't really go far. Basically, Grant Kirkhope tried to get some of the Rare people to make something like this, but it didn't really go far. But now they have a full website and people are actually working on this, so we know it's legit now.
I really can't wait for this since I consider Rare back in the N64 to be like Nintendo's Pixar, you know,
Oh,
they make
definitely.
all these great games.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then they became a parking lot.
In the 90s and early 2000s, Rare could take on any video game franchise or any video game franchise in genre and just make it awesome.
Yeah, then Microsoft bought them
They
out,
did
and then
it.
they became a parking lot.
Yeah.
They did it with the Killer Instinct and fighting games. They did it with
Shooter,
platformers with a lot of their games. They did it with probably just a few other games I can't
I actually
think about.
consider
right now.
Conker's Bad Fur Day to be like a masterpiece in gaming, to be honest.
Play that game.
I still need to
Yeah.
play it. I can't
Well, the
find-
reason why is just it's just so funny. It's like one of the funniest things I've ever seen, and it's creative too.
you
and
can't.
how they do it.
You will never find a game like Bad Fur Day.
Yeah, it's like those games you will never
I
forget.
still think my favorite random piece of trivia about Conker's Bad Fur Day is that chocolate, that piece of chocolate in the sewers that you can't get to.
Oh God, I love it.
That
how
they left in just because they knew it would piss people off that they couldn't get to.
I love developers like that.
I love that.
I love developers like that. They're just having such a sense of humor like that is just great. So knowing a platformer,
have my Annie Gravity chocolate.
knowing a platformer's like a platformer gamer's instincts or whatever, they'll just go mad trying to get it.
Yeah, I wonder
Then you
if
find,
like
these different
I
theories
wonder how that thought process went in the development. They're like, well, we need to cut this area. Should we get rid of this chocolate? No. Put a grate over it.
Nah.
Because it'll piss people off.
No way anyone can get it.
Imagine-
And just let them like go mad over it.
Yeah, imagine if some guy playing the game has one piece of chocolate left and they're desperately trying to find more health. They find that and they can't get it.
at that point, the employees of Beer are already laughing their asses off.
Yeah, I heard there was plenty of chocolate at Mount Boo.
Wait, what?
The Pooh area in the game. You don't
The Great
remember?
Mighty Pooh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, oh,
yeah.
right.
The entire section of that game devoted to shit.
Oh, man.
Oh, guys. Hey, guys! I found this picture on Facebook. But yeah, whenever you can, add it in the video. It's funny.
I'll try and
Alright,
remember.
Facebook is the thing.
I'll try and remember to do that.
Yeah. Yes.
Ah, you butchered finger, the big thing. What was inside that box anyway? My wallet.
Yeah, Ray Mad is cool, but have you considered Mad Ray?
I actually saw that movie yesterday. It was awesome.
How was it?
I need
I
to go
loved it.
see it. I'm still skeptical. I am always skeptical about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like
want-
the skeptic guy.
I still want to see Sponge Out of Water. I saw
It was
Project.
good.
I need to
I like
see it. I've heard it's good.
Yeah, it was
I saw
great.
Project Dominax this week. That was neat.
I have not seen movies. I don't watch a lot of movies when they're in theaters.
I am a
Wait till-
pretty big movie
Like-
person, so I tend to watch movies a lot.
I'm slow with movies. Really slow.
Are you?
I try. The main reason I stay away from movies is because more often than not, if a lot of people say it's really good, I'm probably gonna hate it.
You really? Give me an example of where that happened.
Because my brain, even like there are so many times when I have really wanted to like a movie, but because it's popular and a lot of people like it, my brain is like, nah, you're gonna hate this.
Be
Like, I went- I
contradictory
s-
for the sake of it.
Well, like there a lot of the time I can't even say why I didn't like it. Even with Avengers, I can point out exactly why. There was a lot of hype behind it, and there was no possible way it could have lived up to the hype when I finally saw it. But then every other movie that I've seen that everybody liked, that I'm just like, I don't even know why.
I guess it's just
Which is why I
personal
was,
taste, personal
which is
taste
why I
with
was
it.
just, which is why I was just terrified to go see Big Hero 6.
I think
That
that's
finally
mainly
came out in
just
theaters in the UK, didn't it? Didn't Big Hero 6 finally just come out in the UK in theaters?
I
think so.
I think it's been out for a while. I'm not sure.
I know it just came out on DVD in the US.
Oh.
Oh shit! I need to buy that.
Oh, the Big Hero 6
Yeah.
is on DVD now?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think so. Well, I saw a commercial for it. I don't know if it's out yet, but I did see a commercial for it.
I'll check.
Yeah.
Coming to cinema soon, Big Hero 6.
I love how we went from PlayTonic games to this. Like,
Yeah. This is why it's called rambling.
the Ramble,
Not even anywhere near a topic.
the Ramble Express in a nutshell.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
This is
It's
always
not out yet. It comes out. It comes out the 24th.
Okay,
Alright.
so
okay.
I'd say about a week or so.
So
Yeah.
we have the topics, but they're like more of
Just not talking about.
they're like a side thing. We say that talk about them for like 5 minutes, no.
Yeah.
Random crap.
Yeah.
What else do we got?
Okay, let me
Topic
check.
wise.
On Tuesday, during school, I actually finally saw season 5's trailer for Frederick's Magic.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that.
yeah, we can
that's the thing.
go into
Still
that.
need to watch that.
We can go into that then.
Yeah. That's not the first
I
thing
still
that
haven't.
excited me.
I
that
still
day,
haven't
but
seen that
it
trailer.
was- It's actually pretty surprising on what they're doing for this premiere because at first I thought this was going to be for the whole season, but then I remembered what they had planned. I was like, this couldn't be for a whole season. So, well, it's very like since you said you didn't see it, we won't go into it that much, but it's very interesting on what on what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely. I think
Because,
it's gonna be more adventure focused than
Yeah, it
previous
feels like
seasons
it's
have
more of an
been.
adventure based
Yeah.
because I think the only other really adventure based pilot, well not pilot, season opener was the Crystal Empire.
Oh yeah.
That was probably the only one that felt like an adventure because Frederick's Magic Part 1 and 2 wasn't really much of an adventure.
It was,
Return of Harmony wasn't really an adventure at all, and Princess Twilight Sparkle wasn't really an adventure. So this is probably the second real adventure we're getting.
well, the first season one, the season one opener was more like to get used to the characters.
That
It
was
was
an
the
introduction.
adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Because in season 3 we actually got to go to somewhere new, and so we are during
But thi-
you know
this
this
is-
new season.
This is easily the most ambitious season so far.
Yeah, and I thought season 4 was ambitious.
Oh,
Yeah.
All that's left is the question of whether or not it's gonna be good.
I don't.
Well,
Well,
most
yeah,
likely.
it looks promising so far, and I mean, like from one of the images, from one of the things of the trailer that we see, where like those smiling ponies are doing that show. I think the pony in the middle looks like Twilight's mom.
kind
The
of.
pony
not
in the center,
Twilight's
far
mom.
in the well, the one in the center of like when
Is it
when
the one
those
smiling?
No, no. I'm talking about the scene in the trailer where the smiling ponies put on that little show. And you see those like put on this little show. Like I'm saying, welcome to our village. There's one in the middle, far off in the distance. It's kind of hard to make out, but I think that's Twilight's mom.
Maybe that would be
You know,
interesting.
every time I think of that scene, I'm always thinking of like that scene in Shrek where they go to like what is that town?
Shrek Town.
That Farquaad's castle or
Oh
whatever.
Yeah,
yes.
Farquaad's Castle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I'm always thinking of that. I don't know why.
Not to mention the fact that those ponies are always smiling and stuff, even when they have the main six cornered. I just got Earthbound vibes from Happy Happy Village. I just instantly got Earthbound vibes.
I still need to play Earthbound.
Blue.
I just
Yes,
can't-
you do. Earthbound is
seriously,
amazing.
Blue.
Like every time a Friendship is Magic, whether it be a Quester Goes or a Friendship is Magic teaser comes up, I tend to be optimistic towards it, and it ends up being really good.
Yeah.
I'd like to be your.
Like Rainbow Rocks, Rainbow Rocks pretty much proved to me, as ridiculous as something may be, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised that was. I was actually surprised that was as good as it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was skeptical.
Because the first Equestria Girls was, eh.
I used to hate it, but then I later found it to be just alright, and then this one
I
came out,
I really liked it on the first watch, but on the second watch, I'm like, this is actually just kind of okay. And then I haven't watched it again because I think if I watch it again, I'd hate it.
Yeah, well, it was the
The first time you like it, second time you're not sure, but the third time, oh god, we don't want to go there.
Well, it was the first thing I saw of the show, so.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of like a guilty pleasure
Yeah.
for me. I can see the flaws in it, but I don't know. I
I watched
enjoy it.
around season 3 was coming out.
Huh?
I started watching around season 3 was about to come out, so I was.
I started watching the show like in the second half of season 2.
I started watching just when season 2 ended, so.
Well,
Oh.
I remember. If you want to hear the full story, then just watch my Becoming a Brony video. But
Basically, yeah.
basically, what happened is that Xavier showed me trailers for Equestria Girls. I was interested in the concept, so I watched it when it came out. I enjoyed it, so I went to watch the actual show. So yeah.
Yeah, I see Equestria Girls is more of a...
I don't even know how many
just
times
spin-off,
I've told the
so-
story of how I don't even know how many times I've told the story of how I started watching the show. 'cause it's
Equestria
gotta
Girls
be,
to
like,
me kind of reminds me of Sonic Universe in a way, because Sonic Universe is an extension of the series, kind of like how Equestria Girls is.
in that it's not
It's not
really like
required to
Sonic
watch it,
Universe
though.
in any way at all.
Ah, giant thing's
No.
trying to kill me. I'm playing Epic Yarn, by the way.
Oh, cool. I'm still playing Hearthstone.
But every
I'm sitting here.
every time we do a podcast episode, I record footage for a review I'm gonna do in the future. So then I'm getting two things done at the same time.
Killing two birds with
Usually
one stone.
usually it's whatever review you're gonna do next.
Yeah, but
Here's what you do, Harry. I give you my copy of House of the Dead 2 and 3 Returns. You play through that, record it, and then do a review on it.
maybe. Well, I'd have to play the game first before thinking about doing a review.
Yeah.
House of the Dead would not be a very long review unless you talked about both games.
Yes.
And at that point, I feel like you might as well also talk about the first one. Which, by the way, have fun tracking down a copy of that, considering it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
console release on Saturday.
I've played it, and I'm one of the biggest House of the Dead fans ever.
I'm gonna try and beat this game before we end the podcast. That's probably not gonna happen.
Podcast
You get-
ends.
Oh. Alright.
Where were we? I
Yeah, that-
completely lost track.
Yeah, we
I
just,
don't know.
We started
We just
talking
got-
about the season 5 trailer, but I think
yeah,
we
we
kind
just
of
got
got everything out of
done
that.
talking
we
about
could.
that. I mean, we would go into it more if we all saw it, but hey, it's better not to be spoiled.
Yeah.
I will say that it's very ambitious, and considering that, you know, season 4 is made to be very ambitious, and it turned out to be really awesome, then I won't doubt that this will be a very good season.
Yeah. Okay, so Spider-Man is back with Marvel Cinematic Universe. So
Yeah, that's how my
Finally.
Tuesday started.
I-
That's how my Tuesday started off, actually. I just woke up. It was like 4:30 in the morning. So the first thing I do is I check my phone, my email and stuff, and during a comment thread on like one of SGV's Ratchet and Clank videos, someone told me that Spider-Man is back at Marvel. And the first thing that ran to my head was, am I still dreaming? Because I am a huge Spider-Man fanatic. I've been a fan for over 10 years now. I've seen all the movies, and I will admit here that the Amazing Spider-Man movies, despite the damage they've caused, are some of my biggest guilty pleasures. So
I still have no problem saying the Amazing Spider-Man movies are legitimately good.
I think
Mainly
I
because
think Amazing Spider-Man
mainly because
hidden-
I am a huge stickler for comic book movies following source material, and that is one of the big things that bug me about the Sam Raimi trilogy, is that they follow the comics kind of, like, very loosely. They have some of the same events, but that's about it. The Amazing Spider-Man movies follow it really accurately.
Well, to me though, I'm one of those people that say that you don't have to follow them completely to make a good movie. So
Well, yeah, but
I like both. I like
I
both.
just feel like that makes it a bit better, especially when you're doing what Marvel's doing
Yeah.
and naming a movie right after a storyline. Like,
Yeah.
one thing that I already have against Age of Ultron is that it has nothing to do with the Age of Ultron storyline from 2013.
I don't know. I mean, I'm excited for that movie. Like every Marvel movie that comes out, with the exception of X-Men, I do get excited for. Just because I don't like the X-Men.
Thank you. Finally, somebody else.
I just
I never really got into the X-Men in the first place, but to be fair, I never got into superheroes at all.
well,
The
I
X-Men
just-
suck.
I never got into
I have-
X-Men either, but I just don't care, to be honest.
When I didn't see Days of Future Past because I knew I would probably. The thing with X-Men to me is that I acknowledge that some of their material is good. I just don't care. There's
I
no
cared about
character I
Wolverine.
like.
The only X-Men, the only member of the X-Men I ever cared about was Wolverine, and that's only because we didn't know a lot about him. Thanks to the movies, we know everything about him, so I can't even give a shit about Wolverine anymore.
No, it's not that. My big problem with Wolverine is his healing factor, and the writers just use it as a cop-out to where he just can't die.
I hate things like that.
There was one time. There was one time in the Ultimate Universe where Wolverine's healing factor should have saved him, but through some random bullshit or whatever,
Shitty
it
writing.
didn't. The Magneto uses. It's in one of the last issues of Ultimatum. Magneto uses Cyclops's eye blasts. I can't even remember
His
what it's
visor?
called. Well, yeah, Magneto basically uses Cyclops' attacks against Wolverine, and he also uses Iron Man's repulsor rays on Wolverine, despite the fact that they're repulsor rays and wouldn't actually hurt him. But those two things combined.
Cyclops' glasses prevent him from lasering everything.
The Cyclops' visor keeps the blasts under control, so he can actually open his eyes without just lasering everything. But anyway, Magneto takes control of Cyclops' visor and Iron Man's armor to use both of their attacks to completely disintegrate Wolverine, aside from the skin on his hand, which should have regenerated him. Because in the Ultimate Universe, as long as there is any cell, no matter how small, of Wolverine still around, he can regenerate. But for whatever reason, he didn't regenerate from himself.
Well, here's the reason why I think it
Except
works
that
for
one
Deadpool.
sword that Deadpool has that completely nullifies healing effects.
Well, here's the thing with Deadpool, though. The reason why I think Deadpool's practically works is because Deadpool is played as a comedy, whereas Wolverine is made to be serious. And I don't know about you, but I can't think anyone's serious if they can regenerate instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I tend to feel it works for Deadpool. But anyway, back to Spider-Man.
So do you
Because,
want to explain what happened with Spider-Man? Because you're the most.
Alright,
I think you're the
so
most.
what happened? Alright, so this has been something that been going along for a very long time now. So Spider-Man has been with Sony Pictures for about 15 years now, I think. I mean, all 5 Spider-Man movies that have come out, both the Amazing series and the Raimi trilogy, have come out on their Sony.
I'll be right back.
And shit started to hit the fan with Spider-Man 3, to where the studio interfered with how the movie would play out. And Sam Raimi, after Spider-Man 3, Sam Raimi wanted to make Spider-Man 4, however he wanted a year off. Sony said, nope, can't do that, so he was fired.
Wow.
And what do? They reboot Spider-Man for 2012. The same year Sam Raimi would have had Spider-Man 4 come out. And then the Amazing Spider-Man movies came out. And it wasn't like they wanted to make a movie, like they didn't go, alright, let's get Raimi out and let's make a new version of Spider-Man. No, the only reason why the Amazing Spider-Man movies exist is because Sony had to keep the rights. Like, Spider-Man is their money machine. It's been stated that, Superman, Batman, and Avengers sales combined do not match half of what Spider-Man makes. And Spider-Man is a $4 billion franchise.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there because it sounded like you said.
I'm back.
It sounded like you said we need to make Rayman for a sec. Anyways,
Spider-Man? What's that? Let's make Rayman.
Yeah, so to make something that's already made. Anyways, continue.
So, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out, and the film itself wasn't really that successful. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was still a success, just not a very big one, considering that Spider-Man has made so much more money in the past. What Amazing Spider-Man 2 made was just sad. So, in the film itself, it was negatively received by fans and critics alike. Well, it was more mixed, but the fan reaction was just not very positive. So that made Sony panic. They delayed The Amazing Spider-Man 3 and 4 for Sinister 6. And that was supposed to come out in 2016, like November of that year. However, there was a hack at Sony, because Sony made this movie, The Interview, with Seth Rogen and James Franco, about assassinating the leader of North Korea. Korea got pissed by that, so they hacked Sony, and a bunch of emails revealed that Spider-Man was supposed to be in Captain America's Civil War. However, things just didn't work out. However, Amy Pascal, the chairman of Sony, stepped down, so they had to negotiate with Spider-Man. And midnight on February 9th, like that Monday, Spider-Man was announced for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And what that means is Spider-Man is going to be softly rebooted. They aren't telling the origin story again because that Spider-Man's origin, let's face it, we all know it, and we don't need to see it again.
Right.
That's why I feel like the first half of the Amazing Spider-Man 1 was wasted. Second, Spider-Man is not completely... Marvel does not own Spider-Man. They are sharing him between Sony. So they allow Spider-Man to appear in one Marvel movie first, that being Civil War, and then he's his own... Bless you.
Thank you.
And then Spider-Man is getting his own solo film in 2017, July 2017, which was originally scheduled for Thor Ragnarok. So that, Black Panther...
But no one gives a shit.
About who? Who doesn't give a shit about?
Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I didn't care for both of those movies, to be honest. Like, I hate the first...
The only reason I want to see Thor: Dark World is because Christopher Eccleston is in it.
I hated the first Thor and Dark World. To me, it was just decent. So then,
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
yeah,
That movie is actually happening, and that ruined some of the tension for me when I finally saw Guardians. Like the whole every situation where they were like, "Are the characters gonna die?" I was like, "No, because the second movie has to happen."
Yeah. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So again, Ragnarok, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and Inhumans were delayed. Both Avengers: Infinity Wars were delayed, but you know. Now they're casting new Spider-Man, and two in particular, Logan Lerman, who was, I believe, Percy Jackson, and Dylan O'Brien, I think his name is, are both up for Spider-Man. And I think Sony, I know Sony has final approval over the script and what cut of the movie happens. And I think they have approval over the casting, but Marvel is producing and making the movie themselves. So I'm not sure what actor they're going to go with. I think both can do pretty well. I mean, I know Logan Lerman was in those apparently terrible Percy Jackson movies. But if they could make Chris Evans, who's Captain America, good after those Fantastic Four movies that came out, you know, they can make this guy good. So I have nothing to worry about at this point. Like, what do you guys think about it?
I think superheroes, yeah.
I'm always excited about pretty much anything new Spider-Man related, and I'm kind of upset about the change in actors because I think Andrew Garfield does a really good job, but
Yeah, I was a bit sad.
but I do want to see how they do with whatever new actor they choose.
Well, think about it, it's perfect at this point since all these high-profile superheroes are here, like, you know, Captain America, Iron Man. Then we have someone who is under a mask, who isn't revealing who he is, and everyone hates him. Like, that could work. If you think of it.
Well, I'm interested to see.
There was one article that I saw that would be pretty interesting. They're like, Marvel movies should just start using Miles Morales, and I think that'd be interesting.
I would like to see Miles, but it's just not his time yet, considering that Miles is supposed to be sort of like the Terry McGinnis of Spider-Man.
Well, he's not even. It's not even that, because Terry McGinnis is still in the main Batman continuity. He is the successor to the Batman.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Miles Morales is alternate universe Spider-Man.
Yeah. Even then, a lot of Miles' origin has to do with Peter. So, for me personally, I don't want to see Peter die. But if he does, then so be it. Because I want Peter to have a happy ending.
If they want to do a movie where it transitions into Miles Morales being Spider-Man, they either have to kill Peter or just have him not want to be Spider-Man anymore.
Or do what the Spider-Girl alternate universe did and have him lose his powers. So, you know, that could probably work too.
Yeah, or they could try to do the Clone Saga shit and bring Ben Reilly.
No, there was actually some idea for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 to cover Planet of the Symbiotes.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that
I
would
don't
be
think
epic.
that'll happen.
Because we can finally probably see Venom be properly done for once.
I excuse Venom's kind of poor execution in Spider-Man 3 because he wasn't supposed to be in that.
Yeah, you know why that happened.
I kind of
right?
want to see.
He was shoehorned in. He was shoehorned in at the last second because fans were like, "If you're gonna do a symbiote story, you need to have Venom."
Yeah.
And Sam Raimi was like, "Fine, put
If you-
Venom in."
if you-
Fine, but I'm gonna make him terrible.
If you want a decent symbiote story, just play the Spider-Man 2000 game.
Play any Spider-Man game from the last like 10 years because almost
Web of
all
Shadows.
of them are symbiote stories.
Yeah, like Web of Shadows was a symbiote story.
Yeah, Web of Shadows was good too.
I need to play.
It was a good game. I just didn't like the morality system. Felt
I didn't really mind it.
It
I mean, it was kind of pointless.
It
But
couldn't. It can't be as bad as Shadow.
No, it can't.
Okay, if it,
well, both of them are kind of they're both about on the same level of pointless. They don't really change.
Yeah, but it's
anything.
not like it's badly designed because Web of Shadows is actually a good game.
well, I'm not bothered if the morality system is pointless. It's if it's like annoying.
No,
It's not really.
It's not annoying
Okay.
in this case.
Okay, then I do.
It feels like a very bad
The only annoyance I found was that it was annoying that it didn't really amount to anything.
Okay,
No,
okay, then I
but
don't.
then again, that's
Like,
better
oh,
than
do you want to get rid of Wolverine's symbiote, or do you want to rip him in half and take it for yourself?
I just
And of course,
like
I
how
chose to rip him in half.
I just
because-
like how he just lifts Wolverine and just rips him in half, and then he's like, "Here, Wolverine, pick him up."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was actually how my week started off, and I was just, even though this was 4:30 in the morning, I wanted to scream because I just couldn't control it.
And then everyone,
Like,
in
I
the,
think it was like around midnight when I found out.
and then everyone in your house wakes
Yes.
up,
And then the internet exploded.
Yeah.
like Mewtwo.
Yeah, it was like Sonic and Brawl. The internet just exploded.
And so Sonic.
But then they stopped exploding when they realized that Sonic was actually really bad at all.
Hey, he's good in Smash 4.
Well, yeah. But in order to make Sonic good, they had to make another character bad, I feel. For whatever reason, they decided that needed to be Fox.
Let's make Fox bad, because apparently in Melee he was like god tier.
Yeah.
He was good in Melee and in Brawl. And then in Smash 4, they're like, okay, he sucks now.
I still have
Well, I don't
fun.
think Fox is bad. He's just more combo orientated from what I hear.
No, I'd say he's bad. The thing with Fox is that he's supposed to be a fast character, and he is fast movement-wise, but his attacks are unbelievably slow. And I know a lot of people would be like, oh, well, that's for balance. I guess I can kind of get that, but I feel like it works against it. You've got this character who runs around really fast, but if you're wanting to actually attack something, oh, well, too bad.
Well, it's like Palutena in some form. Her attacks are very slow, but they're very powerful too.
Well, yeah,
Well,
but
she's-
Palutena also has some range to her attacks.
And she's
Yeah.
kind of slow to begin with, so.
No, but I find Palutena fast. Like, very, in my opinion.
Well, I don't really use Palutena that much, so.
She has a bit of a delay, which at first is awkward to you, but you know. Like, I don't main Palutena, but I do use her occasionally.
I just find her difficult to get the hang of.
Oh, you just treat Palutena like she's a twin stick fighter.
You know what they say, the hardest characters can actually be very effective.
Yeah, like Rosalina and Luma, they're really hard to get
They're
good.
hard to master, but they are
They're
absurdly
deadly.
powerful.
They're really deadly.
Yeah. Yeah, Sheik is very deadly, not the fact that she can knock out, but her combo potential is disgusting.
Yeah.
Because she can combo like no one's business.
Haven't you played Project M?
I have.
No.
It makes Brawl actually good.
I still need to.
It actually makes Brawl exciting. Because Brawl isn't very exciting.
When I have Project M, Brawl is not a terrible game.
Well,
I don't
I
consider
haven't.
Brawl a bad game, it's just very underwhelming.
I,
It's bad.
I've never.
really
I
bad.
haven't played Project M, but since 4's out, I kind of don't really care
Yeah,
anymore.
like once 4 came out, no one gave two shits about Brawl.
I'd still say it's worth playing if you are just interested in it.
I might at some. I probably will at some point, but it's not on the main agenda.
It's not something that needs to be done. I just do it if you really want to.
Yeah, probably will in the far future.
Like 20 years.
Yes.
Smash 8 is out. Well, I guess it's time I play Project M.
Okay, maybe.
Let's see what this
maybe
whole
not that
Project
long.
M thing is about.
Huh?
It's like 20 years from now. Let's see what this Project M was about in the day.
Okay, yeah, not. It won't take that long for me to play it.
Maybe it will.
Ooh, plot twist.
It's like you're an old man.
Maybe you put that on hold so you can play the Arkham games.
I've ordered Arkham Origins, but it hasn't. I ordered it like 3 weeks ago. It still hasn't come.
Origins. Boring.
Wait, what?
I hated Origins, to be honest.
Origins was definite. I think Origins was a step down from Arkham City, but it's still really good, and I would put it above Asylum. Arkham Origins, Blackgate, however.
I heard that was terrible.
Blackgate's really bad.
Apparently it's on the Wii U.
See, guys, Batman can suck once in a while.
Isn't Blackgate on the Wii U now?
Yeah, it's also on the 360 and PS3.
Oh, that's
Is it?
weird.
Yeah. It got a quote unquote deluxe port.
It's just porting a handheld game over to consoles.
Yep, they did the same thing with Assassin's Creed Liberation. Let's plop it right on the consoles and say that it's HD, even though it's not.
HD remastered.
Turbo Edition.
64.
I still
You have to have
feel like nothing should be called an HD port because 9 times out of the 10 it's not.
It's a standard definition. You know.
Yeah, the thing with the HD, with these HD ports, whatever game you're porting was not originally in HD, therefore it cannot be in HD.
Unless you
Kingdom Hearts, the Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD remix gets away with it because they had to rebuild that game from scratch.
Yeah. So if it's not
Except
it's not HD unless you rebuild the whole thing from scratch.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just gonna be like, oh, shiny textures or some crap.
Sonic Adventure 2, slightly better textures, way worse everything else edition.
Sound mixing got worse, believe it or not.
Oh wow.
If you thought
The
you
sound-
couldn't hear the characters,
Comparatively, like honestly, the sound mixing in the GameCube version is just kind of off. In the HD ports, it's just horrendous.
No, if you thought you had a hard time hearing the characters, good luck hearing them now, unless you have subtitles.
Hey, don't
Well,
touch
there
that
are
lever.
subtitles enabled. Subtitles are enabled by default, so.
Yeah, so they thought they could get away with, oh, we have terrible sound mixing, but at least we have subtitles.
Yeah.
Well, in 2001, I bring this up for both Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. At both the times of their release, that was pretty much the standard.
Yeah.
That was fine, but nowadays you just can't do that.
For the remakes, though, you kind of expect them to go and fix it, though.
Yeah.
Well, if they had ported it and the sound mixing was the same, I wouldn't have cared because it's a port. You're just bringing it onto a new console while trying to keep it as close to the original as
Oh,
possible.
speaking of HD
When
ports,
it gets worse, that's a problem.
Yeah.
oh, speaking of HD ports, have any of you played Sly 1 on the Sly collection?
I haven't played.
I
I
have.
haven't played the Sly series in general.
I hate what they did to this Ruby boss fight.
What did they do?
I haven't fought
They
Ruby yet.
off-synced it to hell. Well, it was once a great song. This has been bastardized.
That sucks.
So if you play
I
the
haven't
PS2
Sorry,
version
that
of Sly
game are we
1
talking
and
about?
play the HD version, it is extremely noticeable. Also,
Is that-
some sound effects for
We're
opening the
talking
saves.
about Sly, I think.
No, we're just talking about HD collections.
I think
Like
no, I think
messing-
we're just talking about HD remakes or something.
Remaster, quote unquote remasterings,
Yeah.
even though they're not remasterings.
The Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are...
slightly upgraded texture edition.
Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask 3D are how you make a remake.
Yeah, those are like actually remakes.
Yeah.
Now, I wonder if they did the same thing with Majora's Mask that they did with Ocarina of Time 3D, in that they recreated some of the glitches so that you could have the most authentic experience.
Well,
That was actually kind of interesting for what they did with that.
I'm playing through Majora's Mask 3D right now. I'm not that far into the game, so I can't say too much, but it's a really solid remake. The original had some frame rate issues, and from what I've played, it pretty much plays really like solidly.
I'm still waiting for my copy to arrive.
Another chance, because when I tried playing Majora's Mask, I just couldn't get into it. So, you know, I could give it another chance.
I played Majora's Mask on the Wii U Virtual Console, and I didn't care for it, but I told myself, if Majora's Mask gets a 3D remake like Ocarina of Time, I will give it another chance. I will play it through to the end. And
What do you know? What happened?
Decide. Yeah.
Well,
It
Majora's Mask is
makes me want to see Banjo-Kazooie on the 3DS too.
My favorite part about that when they announced it, they're like, it's been in development since Ocarina of Time 3D came out.
It's a
I doubt that.
everyone wanted the game, and it was in development, but they had to be quiet about it, which I find hilarious.
It reminds me of what Lego did with the Bionicle reboot. They were actually had it developed since 2013, and around that time, Hero Factory was starting to get pretty terrible. So, you know, kind of like that. And some people even knew, like, higher ups at Lego.
Well, I think the main reason they brought back Bionicle was because of the I guess fan outcry of it being canceled in the first place, and everybody else saying Hero Factory kind of sucks.
Well, Hero Factory is bad in terms of the characters, but I think the building system of it was actually a step forward for the construction builds. I actually
still
have
don't even. I have been wanting to track down some of the Bionicles I had when I was a kid, but I don't know if they're even a decent price.
Oh, I've seen some of them go for like so much money, dude.
Which is weird because they're about as expensive as they seemed when I was. They were only like 10, 15 bucks per character when they were out in shelves or out on stores. Now they're like 30, 40 bucks, and I'm still like, man, that's expensive.
Yeah. I find it really weird how they price some of the figures for the first 2015 wave, because you have the protectors, like these very small guys who are $10 each. Then you have Toa, who half of them are medium sets, it's $15, and then we have half of them which are $20 sets, they're huge. But then we have the villain who has the most pieces, but it's $15. So it's just like, okay, who came up with these prices? Why are they so confusing?
Oh, if you want confusing prices, just go on Games Workshop's website for 3 seconds.
Why? How bad is it there?
Well, the entire Space Marine Ultramarines chapter is something like £1,400. And these are plastic miniatures that you have to stick together and paint.
God.
Yes, it's a lot of miniatures, but it shouldn't be that expensive.
You gotta
And
over
Currently on
£5
looking at the.
you would find those individually.
I'm currently looking at the Bionicle wiki page, and the current run is not considered part of the original, like, I guess, set. It is Generation 2.
Like Transformers Generation 2.
But better.
And I don't know about Transformers, I just know there was a Generation 2.
I just don't care about Transformers, period.
Apparently there was controversy over the Maori language.
Yeah, there was. That's why Matoran the Tohunga were renamed Matoran. But their language is so cool,
I remember
though.
I remember when a lot of these came out, specifically Legends of Metro Nui. That was one that I
Legends of Metro
definitely.
Nui
I
is a
think
good movie.
I don't even think I ever saw the movies. I only
It was a
gave a
great
damn
movie.
about.
I actually consider the Toa Metro to be the best Toa set, period.
Actually, the thing I said about the Warhammer Super thing with the Space Marines, I don't think they do it anymore. Because probably maybe 5 people on the planet bought it.
5
Because
people.
that's excessive expendable income. By the way, it didn't come with the paints or any glue, and you can't just get super glue. You have to get the glue that the company sells, otherwise it doesn't work. There's no third party.
Sell the glue.
By the way, I'm still alive.
Yeah, no, I'm
yeah,
just
hi.
thinking about Warhammer's pricing and stupid packages.
Yeah, I know.
that they
I
do.
just said that because I haven't said anything in a while.
Is
No, I'm
like, what's going on?
talk about anything ever.
Right.
It's like, Harry, what's going on?
So how about Dark Chronicle?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not
Right now, I'm trying to remember the
enough of the game to talk about it.
specific. I'm trying to remember the specific like group within the Bionicle now, because
Which group are you talking
in
about?
my head that I can't even remember. I'm just trying to remember their name. They were like underwater and shit. They all had like
Rocky and the Mari.
maybe.
Are you
I
talking
think it
about
might have
the
been
villains or the heroes?
Baraki. They were the villains.
Baraki. Those were good sets too.
No,
Their launchers just sucked.
Yeah, the Baraki. I had every one of the Baraki when I was a kid. All of them.
I was a big Bionicle
What are the Baraki, by the way?
Huh?
What are the Baraki?
They were the villains for the 2007 Bionicle line. And they were pretty much mutated. Story-wise, I think they were prisoners at one point, and then they got mutated or something. I don't know, the old Bionicle canon was just massive in terms of just how big the story was.
Too bad no one
Yeah.
cares.
Pretty much.
I remember
yeah.
I used to get issues of Lego magazine every month, and they had Bionicle comics.
Yeah. I remember the Battle for Power ones, which was pretty cool.
I think what they're trying to do now is connect all the Lego City stuff and everything else together and use the Lego movie as a point of reference.
maybe. That would make sense. Yeah.
Well, Lego right now
still
is
watch
rolling
Lego.
money.
About Lego for a long time because I just don't buy Lego. I should buy Lego because there's loads of great Lego kits.
Well, I just got basic Lego sets. I didn't go out and buy like Lego Star Wars and all that because the price.
Oh, that
is-
stuff.
I bought a lot of Legos as a kid. I even bought some now, like the Monocle reboots I just bought. I got some of them Lego Marvel sets.
I bought Lego when I was really little, and then I just kind of then Bionicle happened, and I stuck with that, and then it just kind of stopped.
I never really liked Bionicle because it was always fiddly and you had to be really strong to connect all the things.
Not really.
Oh, be careful with
Granted,
I
it
never played with.
hurt like hell trying to get some of them on there, but
I
Oh,
never played with
you have to
Bionicles,
hate the
so-
lime green sockets. Those things sucked.
Also, Bionicles were too easy to break.
The lime green sockets. Never forget.
Just break off. It was annoying.
Never forget the lime green sockets, man. Those things broke even easier than just a normal Bionicle part.
Okay.
Oh, who remembers Connects?
I
Connects?
remember those.
I never got any of them, but I have played with them before.
had-
They're pretty cool.
They're pretty
still
cool.
have
As good as Lego.
I still have a few. I still have a few around somewhere. I just don't know where.
I think I have some of them as well. I used to
Really easy to break. They were easier to break than Bionicles.
play with those all the time. Yeah.
And then Magnetics came out, and I wanted those, but the second I got them, I realized it was a bad idea to get any more.
Huh.
Technology everywhere.
Technology.
Because I had my PS2, I had my television,
You have Dark Chronicle.
some other stuff, I had my portable devices, and I was like, yeah, let's play with this. Let's never touch this again, praying it doesn't break anything.
They were fun to try to make shit with. Though.
Everything else that
They
was
never succeeded.
Yeah.
I think we've officially run out of topics.
You think?
Childhood. I think we're out of topics.
We were gonna talk about
I don't
Kingdom
know.
Hearts.
Are we out of topics?
Well, another guy that was supposed to be on here wanted to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3, but since he's not here because he's pretty much sick, I don't think we can really do it.
I never played a Kingdom Hearts.
Well, is there anything to
A lot of people here have a
Is
lot
there-
to think about Kingdom Hearts 3.
There's not really anything to say about Kingdom Hearts 3 yet. Still, all we really know is that it's happening.
At some point
Okay,
in the distant future,
I think it comes out next year, actually.
it's gonna get delayed. I'm gonna call it now. It's gonna get delayed.
I've never
Well,
played a
probably,
Kingdom Hearts
but-
game before, but here's my selling point. You put like a Marvel character instant buy. Because Disney owns Marvel, so
Yeah, true.
and Lucasfilm.
Get Star Wars in.
so as long as they don't announce it too many times, it won't get to the point where what Blizzard did with Diablo 3. They announced it and cancelled it and delayed it so much, it was one cancellation away from being illegal to release.
Sora destroys.
Really?
Sora destroys a Death Star. Confirmed.
If
That
you
would be
delay
awesome.
it too much or cancel it too many times, it becomes illegal for your publisher to release it, and the IP becomes open for anyone to claim copyright.
That, well,
Wow.
I was like, what
I
happened?
think-
What's happening to Crash now?
Oh, Crash is owned by a banking company.
Where'd you get that? Where did you get that from?
A couple of old speedrunning group told me that a long time ago.
Crash is pretty much dead, I think.
Okay, one
Yeah,
second.
I think Crash is officially dead. Also,
Poor Crash.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse comes out on the 24th.
I'm gonna see how long we've been recording.
Bandicoot Wikipedia.
It's been an hour and a half, so.
One second. Crash Bandicoot IP.
I've only played the first 3 Crash games, and they're pretty good games.
They're the only ones worth playing.
Well, I'd say play
Yeah.
play 1, 2, and 3 rather Cortex than Twin Sanity.
And then
I always
nothing
forget
else.
that Wrath of Cortex and Twin Sanity exist. I keep thinking that it just goes straight to the Titans games.
Well, yeah, just
You're like, oh, what about you guys?
Think that it may be with Activision looking at this one post, but I'm gonna have to dig deeper.
Activision.
Activision owns Crash, but they are never going to do anything with it.
apparently they've
They do
So why
not give
own
a
it
shit.
then?
apparently they've started making games for Crash, but they always end up being cancelled.
I'm pretty sure they just own it so nobody else can.
I hate when they do that. That reminds me of Fox with X-Men
Like Naughty Dog want
and Fantastic Four.
Naughty Dog want to get the rights to Crash back to pretty much reboot the franchise.
So it's like
Yeah,
Marvel.
apparently Activision has it at the moment.
I'm
So
not
it's pretty much
surprised.
the Marvel Sony situation, only in video games.
Don't worry, guys.
Yep.
The next installment of Skylanders, there's a 0.001% chance Crash Bandicoot could be an Easter egg. Not even. gonna
Okay,
be-
so I just beat King DD. How far am I to the end of the game?
I don't know. I
I-
never played Epic Yarn.
I can't remember.
I never played Epic Yarn.
It's good.
It has one of the best dice worlds I've ever played.
It's one of the only good ones.
I don't know. I've always enjoyed Dice Worlds.
Same here, but only at the
I
X-
usually like the way ice levels look, but they're a pain in the ass to play because ice physics suck.
Crash 2 says hi.
Yep. I didn't even like the way that one looked, so I just kind of hated everything about that one.
I love the music though.
I don't know. Ice physics are a problem, but they never really bothered me. So.
Brad 2 says hi.
Well.
BRB.
Cold hard.
Yeah, cold hard crash.
Crash.
Cold hard crash. Yes. I didn't really have a
I love
problem.
it scares me.
I didn't really have a problem with the ice levels outside of cold hard crash, but yeah, that specific level can just die.
Suck a dick for all I care.
Just, ew. I hate that level. That's like the worst level.
Alright, let's be real here. How many of you missed that one box in that bonus room? Because I know I did.
Multiple times. I thought I missed.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I missed it.
Wait,
what?
I remember just the first time missing that box and just me losing, like, flipping out.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, I couldn't have missed it. And then I looked up the internet and then I just felt so stupid. I felt both stupid and just like, well, great, how was I supposed to see that?
Oh, by the way, the level designer of Crash Bandicoot 2, fuck you. I went through all of that bullshit to get that red gem, and when I went down that last hole, which would land me through it and then put me through the level that I had to finish to get the red gem, I somehow missed the red gem when falling. So fuck you.
Wow. I've never
You
seen that happen
missed it?
before.
I never had
And
that
I
happen.
wasn't recording at the time, so.
No!
It's just.
Also, Games Workshop, you have serious problems. More or less everything under £5 is ebooks. And a tape measure. And some other shit that you can't actually play the game with.
Didn't
No, you can
someone?
use a tape measure, alright?
Huh?
You can use a tape measure.
Didn't someone like?
Yet it's the only useful thing under £5.
Didn't someone fake getting a game to work on a calculator?
Yeah, some reason someone
Later, anyway.
super cropped the version of Halo 3 on a calculator.
How does that even work?
Impressive.
If I watch that video, I will tell you how bullshit it is.
That does not work. All you have to do is get video footage of Halo 3 and stick it onto the like thing where you put the numbers.
Guys, I got Halo 3 to work on my Windows.
Halo 3 calculator.
Also, I'm sure somebody somewhere gives a damn, but Bloodborne comes out in March.
I don't really care.
Bloodborne?
It's pretty much Dark
Yeah.
Souls.
Yep, it's Dark Souls again.
I just don't.
From Software decided to flex their bullshit muscles, and we're like, if we call it something different, people won't know.
You gotta love that shit.
Well, I'm not gonna give people crap that like the game. I just don't care for the series. It's not my thing.
I don't care that other people like it, but I do care that From Software is trying to pass off Bloodborne as something new, even though it's not.
Yeah.
Never as it
No,
wasn't
guys,
the right.
this is totally new.
I think the video may have been deleted.
Darn. It's like.
But this video was just a waste of time. It was a 1 minute and 8 second waste.
Well. You can still.
In other more interesting releases, less than 2 months before Mortal Kombat X comes out.
Hooray.
Well, I'm not.
Well, I really want to
Oh
know
yeah,
about.
the Mighty Number 9 comes out in April too, so that's awesome.
Yeah. That thing
Yeah,
that we heard about.
after actually playing through some of the Mega Man games, I'm actually really interested in Mighty Number 9 now.
Yeah, I'm glad I backed it when I did.
Yeah, I backed it too. Oh, speaking of which, I do really like. There's like another Mega Man spiritual successor called Zero Striker Gunvolt, which I've only played a little bit of, but I haven't actually finished it. It's more of a Mega Man Zero spiritual successor, but it is pretty good from what I've played of it.
Azure Strikers. Azure Strikers. Eh.
Azure
I
Strikers.
honestly had more fun. I actually had more fun with the 20-minute 8-bit waste of time that was Mighty Gunvolt. And I say waste of time as a compliment because it is like if you just want to kill some time, you play Mighty Gunvolt.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that more than Azure Striker Gunvolt.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
I don't know anymore.
This is why it's a random stuff.
How could this happen to me?
How could this happen to me?
God, the emo song is back.
Got nowhere to run. Oh, can I just point out that in Kmart the other day I saw a best of Nickelback CD.
What?
What?
Okay.
Nickelback, really?
Yeah,
What?
Why Nickelback?
I don't know. And the first track on the CD is Photograph.
Wow.
Look at this photograph.
Shut up. No, I just hate how he sings. His singing just hurts.
Todd in the Shadows made a really good joke about it. He's like, do you think he answers the phone like that? Hello.
I think the only song Nickelback did that I can actually stand is Hero from Spider-Man 1, but even then, that's nostalgic to me. I mean, it
I
still
don't
has...
even remember that song.
I still think the singing is bad, but I don't know. It's something about it I just like.
I'm doing terrible.
Nickelback is awful. It's hilarious.
His singing is just funny to me because it's so terrible. Like, I don't know if it's a song or... Bless you.
Thank you.
I'm just laughing at that joke you just made about him answering the phone.
Yeah.
Hello. Now, for some reason, I'm reminded of a Bill Nye the Science Guy joke from like 3 years ago. It's like, what does Bill Nye say? It's like, what does Bill Nye say when he opens his mail? Bill.
No,
I love Bill Nye.
I want to prank call someone.
Cool.
I want to prank call someone one day and just say, "Hello, is anyone called Rayman there?"
Raven? Don't crank
Oh,
it.
I think we might have mentioned this on a previous podcast, but the announcer for Brawl was actually the announcer on Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill
We might
Nye!
have, but I can't remember at this point. Yeah.
I know I've said it in something before. I just
The
can't
Bill
remember.
Nye. It's a
Parody Bill Nye
I
intro.
wouldn't be surprised if someone made a YouTube poop of these podcasts.
Someone better, or I'm gonna be sad.
What
And then
happened?
you'll
There should be like a hack that just has Bill Nye smash. That'd be awesome.
I bet.
And then you're going to be so depressed you die in a wheelie bin. If you don't satirize this podcast, your parents will be mad at you and you'll die.
I bet someone's just gonna make me say something like, "I watch porn every day."
All day, every
Now
day.
that you have.
You don't need to turn this into a YTP. It's as bad as it needs to be.
It would be funny to see what people come up with, because YouTube poops just go insane. Friendship is gig free. Anyone?
I think we have. I think we have actually run out of topics, so we should probably end this.
Nah, let's talk more about random crap that no one gives a shit about. Like silk shepherd cakes and California shipping.
Do you
And
guys
also
have?
very
Before we actually end it, do you guys have anything to say at all about anything?
Nope.
No.
About anything?
I pretty much said everything
actually-
I wanted to say.
Actually, I don't give a shit about game politics and journalism. That's all I have to say.
Gaming journalism is nothing more than a joke, okay?
Well, Well, I mean, I just don't give a shit about the controversy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't I don't comment on anything regarding Gamergate or whatever.
But if you
It's
don't
always-
hate if you don't hate Anita Sarkeesian, you're stupid apparently.
Well, yeah, but that's everybody on the internet. If you don't
Yeah.
think the same way I do, you're an idiot.
I just don't listen to internet people anyways because
No,
of that.
neither do I.
Because it's just, I just think the way I think about things and just, yeah, because I just can't be asked to deal with that.
Yes, add more worthless time to the podcast.
Well, I need to finish the level
Filler.
I need to finish the level I'm doing before I can end it.
So how much longer do you think you have?
Oh yes, I have something to say.
So,
I hope you all die in a wheelie bin.
what?
Because I love
Really,
you
Ed?
all. And I would like to preserve you in liquid nitrogen that I have put in said wheelie bin. And this is becoming as creepy as possible and weird, so I can just...
I don't think liquid nitrogen does that.
Well, no, you'll be frozen forever in liquid nitrogen, and you'd be
Liquid
dead.
liquid nitrogen can still melt. It's essentially
Yeah.
just really cold ice.
Yes. But that's why you keep it in the bin is a liquid nitrogen storage container disguised as bin.
Yeah, but if you coat something in liquid nitrogen and then leave it in the sun, it's gonna melt.
Yeah, but you'd still be dead.
Yeah, but still, you won't be preserved forever.
Or you can climb to the top of Mount Everest without an oxygen tank and stay there for 3 minutes.
There's actually, I don't think you'd. First off, I don't think you'd be able to make it to the top of Mount Everest without an oxygen tank. Second, there is actually a guy who doesn't need an oxygen tank to climb Mount Everest.
Wow.
Really?
His body
Yeah.
seems like immune to all forms of pressure and such like that.
That guy is awesome.
Yes, but
body is
can
ready.
he
Like the-
live up there without breathing?
His body is ready.
Oh, his body's
Yeah.
ready.
Well, he still needs to. He needs to breathe, but like they did a test where they used the altitude testing machine thing, and people that were passing out around like 30,000 feet, this guy without the altitude mask.
Oh, Harry, guess
just
what?
like,
Huh? What? Yeah.
I'm cool, man.
Rayman is trending on Twitter.
What's going on?
Oh, yeah.
They're
I think
talking
I heard
about the
about
Rayman fake leak. And it's
Well,
really
Well, what's being
trending.
said?
Maybe we should make Rayman 4.
I wish.
See you at Rayman 4.
See you in Rayman 4. Where is it?
That game that never fucking existed.
So you could probably argue that Rayman Origins is Rayman 4.
No, Rayman Origins is not Rayman 4, it's Rayman 1.1.
So you could probably argue that Rayman Origins was Rayman 4, not that it is.
5 remix.
Rayman 4 needs to be a 3D platformer because 2 and 3 where you can't just do 2D, 3D, then 2D again. It just doesn't work. 'Cause,
You could.
well, you can, but I don't think that's the best way to
We
do
need a
it.
3D platformer called Rayman 4, and it will be a 3D platformer. It will have power-ups, villains, awesome story, awesome gameplay, awesome, and the awesome will be extra
Just-
awesome, sprinkled
I-
awesome and awesome cupcakes.
I know Ray.
By the way, Operation Cupcakes. Lol.
I've mentioned this in several different things, but I think the Rayman timeline is just 1 Origins Legends, 2 and
Make a video about it.
maybe. I might do, but
You will, because it's just do it.
yeah,
So you can say, go to my video on my channel and give me money.
maybe, but that will take forever to make. I don't know if I'll be asked.
Of that 6 cents.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Is these 15th, alright.
I have
yeah.
no idea how to.
It is the
I
15th.
have no idea how to beat this level, so I'm just gonna quit.
What
I
level
quit.
is it?
Wait, what?
What level is it?
Tube Town.
What are you doing in it? Is it a regular level, or are you doing the Kirby Canvas Curse-like stuff?
It's supposed to be a regular level, but I don't know how to get on top of a platform or something.
Just try to grab shit.
Well, there's nothing there, so.
And remember, you can drop down through certain platforms, so that might help you out.
Well, I just quit the level, so it's too late now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we should.
Well, now you know.
Should we just say our goodbyes?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's about time we ended. I mean, we've rambled enough for one podcast.
Yeah.
We may ramble more in the next one. You never know.
Will there be a next one?
We might not even ramble in the next one. We may stay on topic. Wouldn't that be a twist?
There may be a topic.
Well, we do have topics, but we like.
Yeah, we never start a podcast without a topic.
Yeah.
That's why we've been.
They're pretty much just a thing to.
Otherwise, it becomes Cards Against Humanity.
Well, no, we don't even play Cards Against Humanity.
Well, it's pretty much we have topics to like have something to put on in the background, and then we just kind of ramble about random crap.
You know, I'm going to record Hearthstone, and I'm just going to upload it instead of the podcast because we don't have
Okay,
the podcast.
we're just rambling about crap now.
Yeah, I think.
Stop rambling about the Ramble Express podcast, which is on topic because we're actually talking about what we're doing.
Okay.
Have fun.
Okay.
Oh, dude.
Whoa, that's like Inception, man.
Donkey!
Ew.
Donkey!
Alright, let's finish.
The donkey.
Donkey!
Doing in my swamp?
Oh, donkey. I'm on the toilet. I ate too much cheesecake.
What? Doing in my swamp?
Okay.
I hear the Shrek voice, and all that comes to my head is Fat Bastard from Austin Powers. Get in my belly!
Same guy too.
Okay.
Alright, everyone, so we can just kill this, can we please just do our shameless promotions of shit that we don't actually have any right to be promoting, but because we're promoting, we should be getting money for promoting?
I can promote my own channel. Go watch my shit. I need the viewers.
Yeah, I need the viewers too.
That's
Get
how I
the
make my money.
viewers.
Alright, well, me, you, the other guy, and Harry.
The other guy!
This is how I make my money, everybody. I don't have a job.
Alright, so this has been the Ramble Express podcast by Tilch, Jaffa Cakes, and Daring Do Books, and get it all delivered to you using Alcorn shipping. Good night.
Yep.
Alright.
Bliss advertisement, which doesn't technically exist. Or one that does
Okay,
exist.
so who's next?
Chase.
Watch my channel because
What is
I
your...
need the viewers. Vicious Phantom, because that's my name. As far as you know. Also, go buy FTL Faster Than Light because it's an amazing game. You should play it.
Cool, so we should be getting money from that now. Other guy, Chris, I think it was.
Yeah. You can all go to my channel, which is Happy Curry. I have the Fancy Pinkie Pie avatar, or as I call it, Fancy Pie. I do make videos occasionally, but because I'm stuck in school at the moment, I can't really. I don't have a lot of time to make videos, but I
You're
will.
on half term.
No, he's not. He's not on half term.
Okay.
I'm just a high school student, okay? It sucks.
So what is your...
Lay it off,
You're
man.
You're more than I am.
Harry, shameless promotion.
I don't know, man. I could say watch my stuff, but that would be pointless because this podcast is featured on my.
Is your stuff. You're getting money from this.
This
Go watch his
podcast.
other
This
I am.
podcast is featured on my channel, so can I really say watch my stuff?
All that 17 cents from me leaving all the podcast episodes on overnight while I'm sleeping to try and
Okay,
grind
so
money.
I guess people that just watch the podcast on my channel go watch my other stuff. The end.
And also
Alright.
go watch Ceased Brain.
And watch my channel. It has
Oh
fuck
yes,
all on it.
yes. Let's
It's not gonna have much
promote Sea's Brain because why not? Sea's Brain, go watch that.
because why?
Go to 5th Gen because I'm pretty much a part of that now.
I'm a guest.
I've got.
Yeah, I was a guest too.
Duck tits.
I think I was there once.
You were in Crash and I think you were in something else, but I can't remember.
I was in a couple of. I remember. I was in a couple of parts of Pikmin
Oh yeah,
as well.
those were recently uploaded. But anyways.
Oh yes, you can hear my creepypasta fanfic.
Oh yes.
Those were.
That's the end.
Go up 5th
That
Gen.
Pikmin 2 commentary is just genius now. Either way though.
It's legendary. Alright, so I think we're all done
Yeah.
now.
It's gonna be Legend.
Yeah, I'm done.
Wait for it.
Yeah.
Dairy.
Where are you at?
You what, mate? This is the shit. Sick burns, innit, bruv?
Okay.
360
but-
fan. Thank you for watching.
See you guys next week. Maybe. If we have topics.
Yeah.
We'll probably have
If
something.
we have
Something
topics.
stupid always.
Quick, everyone buy a new game you've never heard of at CEX, and then we play through all of it in the next remaining week, and then we talk about it. So that's what we're doing for the next podcast. I'm probably actually going to go to that.
Okay, now it's not recording.